The Democrats, they don't seem to like Tesla very much. Could be something to do with the fact that they're not unionized, but they're going after Tesla in a pretty big way within the last 24 hours. I think maybe this is a bit unfair. What they're saying about Tesla is that they're doing things that are borderline illegal, but actually they're not illegal. And actually what Tesla is doing is commonly done. But let's have a look and see what you think. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Tesla is under pressure from the Democrats who have written to Tesla a public letter. I mean, that's the way they do it these days. They say, we've written to them, and then they fully disclose what they wrote to them, to the media, claiming that Tesla is hiding complaints from workers and customers. Now, apparently, Tesla are the only company in the world doing this. Therefore, the Democrats have said, well, we need to make an example of them. The Tesla issue stems from the inclusion of arbitration clauses inside Tesla's contracts with workers and customers. Now, I believe that Tesla actually started doing this because they've been sued. I mean, for example, one of Tesla's ex-employees claims that he was racially vilified. Some people say he wasn't. Some people say he was. There is definitely two sides to that story. I don't think there's any real consensus here on what exactly happened there. Now, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I think there's some different opinions. However, there's been some other cases, for example, like that one, where, I mean, he was awarded, $153 million US. That's a bit unrealistic, right? I mean, there's been a number of court cases over in America against companies not Tesla where juries have awarded so much money to the plaintiff that it has bankrupted the company. That's happened numerous times now, and I think it's getting a bit out of hand. The amount of cases we're seeing in the US now of trivial court cases, I mean, look at Ed Sheeran's recent case being sued for apparently copying Marvin Gaye's music, and things like this are just constant. So many legal cases in the US. I don't know how anyone gets anything done with the amount of times they have to go to court. How does Elon Musk get anything done? The guy's in and out of court constantly, and a lot of the cases are just stuff where, someone says he did this, he did that, he said this comment back in 2017, therefore this. I don't know how this stuff gets to court. So I think maybe that could be part of the reason why Tesla have initiated these clauses. Now, an arbitration clause consists of any form of agreement between parties that indicates certain disputes will be resolved with an arbitrator instead of through a civil court. Normally, an arbitrator is a bit more reasonable than some of these courts who are giving away, millions of dollars. There are several reasons why someone would prefer arbitration, since the proceedings are often faster, they cost less, of course, they're more reasonable, and they're more private than those in a court. Obviously, if it's in a court, it just gets publicized, and it doesn't matter if you're innocent, you're guilty, you're made to look guilty. So this can work badly for the company, or it can work badly for the person. Or it can work, I think in arbitration cases, it often works better for both parties, or not always, but usually. So Tesla uses these arbitration clauses in employee and customer contracts. However, over the last year, these clauses have been raised as an issue. The Democrats say it's an issue, but only for Tesla. Now, I've got to point out the fact that, as far as I can tell, I've done a little bit of research. It seems like there is at least 50,000 businesses in the United States that use the same exact clauses. It's legal. And I'm a bit confused why the Democrats don't just change this law. Rather than writing to Tesla about it, why don't they just change the law and then apply the same rule to everyone, rather than singling out one company? Now, I'm not saying Tesla's doing everything right here. I don't know, because I don't know all the fine details of this. I don't think anyone does. If you're making an assumption that you do, well, I don't know, would even Elon Musk know every detail going on here? I doubt it. But I've got to say here, what's fair is fair for everyone, right? I don't really understand why it is that Tesla is being singled out here. 7 senators, including well-known Democratic leaders, Elizabeth Warren, who obviously is well-known to hate Tesla, Bernie Sanders, Richard Blumenthal, and Edward J. Markey, have sent a letter to Elon Musk to pressure Tesla to stop including arbitration clauses. Now, I'm curious to know whether or not they're trying to push him towards unionization in this process. Maybe that could be part of their aim here. This is what they said. We're incredibly troubled by Tesla's reported use of forced arbitration clauses in consumer and employee contracts. Such provisions deny consumers their right to bring cases in court and shield Tesla from public scrutiny and accountability. Several recent reports and lawsuits have described a culture of severe and pervasive harassment faced by workers at Tesla, and on February 15th, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration found Tesla's full self-driving beta software could infringe upon local traffic laws or customs and increase the vehicle's crash risk. We are deeply concerned that the arbitration agreements you impose on your workers and consumers have kept these reportedly deplorable and discriminatory conditions and potential safety flaws from the public eye, and limited regulatory authorities' ability to protect Tesla customers and employees and hold Tesla publicly accountable. Before I go on, I need to point out an important fact here. Hyundai and Kia, they did not receive a letter from these Democratic senators. None. They haven't received any public letter or public scrutiny. However, it was proven that they've been using kids as young as 12 in their factories in the United States. It's been proven on a few different occasions, in fact. That, my friends, is probably more in line with these claims from these senators, I think. The other point we need to discuss here is the claims about Tesla's full self-driving. Now, first of all, full self-driving, Tesla makes very clear when you buy it, is not actually ready yet for you to not drive the car. You need to maintain awareness of the car, be ready to take over at all times. Now, Tesla is only one of around 10 different companies in the US who have full self-driving systems, or autopilot, or super cruise, or whatever you blue cruise, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter, but they're one of many. And every single one of those cars has been involved in an accident from each of those brands, which has occurred while that car was driving under those circumstances, using their semi-autonomous technology. Every single one of them. I don't think it's fair here that they're targeting Tesla and not everyone. Like I said before, if they believe they should have certain rules, make them the law. Make them apply to everyone. Hold everyone equally accountable. That is the fair way to do this. They believe Tesla, though, is using this tactic to hide complaints from employees and customers. The senators are asking Tesla to release the number of complaints it received from both and to commit to stop using arbitration clauses in its contracts. So basically, these senators are saying, Tesla, you're not allowed to use arbitration clauses in your contracts, but everyone else is. Like I said, as far as I can tell, there's tens of thousands of companies, businesses, using these clauses. Is it the right thing to do? I don't really know, because it's really hard to know on a day-to-day basis how this plays out for employees, how this plays out for the company. Maybe it works well for a lot of times. Maybe it works badly. I don't think anyone really knows. But here is the point. You cannot tar and feather one company and choose to ignore everyone else simply because they aren't unionized, which I believe is the key reason they're doing this. But I could be wrong. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And thank you for watching.